and friends. Yeah. Casey and Monica. And Monica.
Hello, everybody. And I'm so glad that you're here. I'm Ann with Andale Homestead.
Hello, everyone. Happy holidays. It is Casey over at Ormsby Farm and the Halfway Homestead.
Hi there. It's Monica at Bland's Promised Land Ranch. Welcome in. Okay.
And we do have a sponsor tonight. Is that right?
We do, but Ann, do you want to tell everybody what the episode is about tonight?
Oh, yeah. See, it was a little bit further than we are talking about something super cool. Now,
Yes.
This is our second episode of the day, you guys. You get a bonus episode with a very special person. We're going to be talking about holiday homestead decorating on a budget. And, I don't know any homesteaders that aren't on a budget, right? But we want you to get that Christmas feeling and get going. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Holiday decorating on a budget.
And since it's one of the holiday episodes, what better thing to bring you as a sponsor than our Amazon storefronts? And I know that a lot of us go live on Amazon Live storefronts around the holidays. So if you want to, click on that QR code in the corner, which is our sponsor today, and you can head over to Andale Homestead storefront, Bland's Promised Land Ranch storefront, Ormsby Farm and the Halfway Homestead storefront. And I'm pretty sure that our special guest has a storefront too. That will all be linked in our link tree. So scan the QR code, head over to the link tree. You can click on all the different fun links, and it's going to be holiday themed right about now. But with that being said, Homestead holiday decor. Who could we have?
Who could it be?
To help us with some holiday decor? I wonder.
Hello, who is this?
She's back.
Sandi with Suburban Homesteader Wyoming, Arizona. It is so thrilling. Your face on this screen. Thank you for being here, honey. Thank you.
And what better time to have her than the holidays?
Yep.
I mean, it's like the family's back together right here.
My heart is going boom, boom.
I know.
That's awesome.
So holiday decor. So when I think homestead holiday decor, I think very rustic. And listen, y'all, you can go to the stores and buy it, but you're going to be spending a pretty penny on homesteady, because homestead is very cool right now. To be a homestead and the decor, it's popular. So we wanted to bring you this episode on how to create these different kind of homesteady, Christmassy feeling decors on a budget with stuff that you already have on your homestead. So Sandi, now I will say this before, you are going to see the two Golden Star children, Monica and Ann, actually creating it on the screen with Sandi.
Hopefully.
Yes, and it's going to be beautiful.
It is.
With me, the bronze child of the podcast, I will actually have a short that will come out on Hay Bale and Friends, the YouTube channel, right when this episode is airing. So if you want to see kind of like somebody's hands physically doing it, you will see it and you will see me. I am taking notes now. I am making sure that Sandi is brought up and blown up, and so you can see what she's talking about, what she's doing. So now that I've gotten on my soapbox,
and Casey's going to be the one that is going to be running the show, he and Sandi, while Monica and I are having our time a little hard to get all of our things going right. So, Sandy, what you got for us that we might be able to have some holiday decorating on a budget?
Well, when you guys asked me what we could do for on a budget, I thought, what do most homesteaders have nationwide? Not just in certain areas that more than likely they would have access to, even if it wasn't on their property. And I thought pine cones. Now, even if you didn't have pine cones, you could easily go to Walmart or Hobby Lobby or something. They sell bags of them.
Yes.
Or you could ask your neighbors, do you got any pine
Yeah.
cones that would have? It wouldn't really, for the most part, probably wouldn't cost you anything.
Mm.
Right. So I thought, I'm going to show them things I did with my children when they were growing up, because I was on a strict budget then.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So the first thing we're going to talk about wrapping pine cones.
Oh.
Okay. So this is a pine cone that's wrapped with yarn, and I just wove it in and out of the pine cones.
Oh, that's so cute.
This one is the same idea, only I use felting. So felt roving is what it's called, and you can get it about a million different colors. So depending on how you decorated your tree, maybe it's all in blues. Maybe you want to use blue yarns. Maybe your tree is in purples. Now, you can use many different things. You can use yarn, felting, ribbons, or material. And Monica's got some material.
So I can do this. Is this too thick, you think, or no? Because it's
So I
I
think you
like
can
that
just,
material, Monica.
I would just fold
Thank
that
you.
in half as I go. And because the idea is to weave it in and out. So when you look at your pine cone, it has all these spaces in there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So if I was taking, this is some roving, it's what I felt with. And so what I would do is I would just first stuff it in there. Now to stuff it in there, you could use a pencil, a screwdriver. I actually have this little felting tool, and I can just poke it in. And as I go around, I'll go up and I'll go down and I'll go up and I'll go down, and I will just fill those spaces. And as I go, I will just take that and push it in farther. And
okay.
it's just so easy. Monica, is it working okay with your material?
Yeah, except my pine cone's a little wonky on the back end, so we're gonna
That's
gonna
right. Just go up over top of that part.
yeah, I think I will. Okay.
Now, what I like to do with these is put them in a bowl,
Oh, that
like
would
on
be
my
good.
end table or a coffee table
Mm.
or a centerpiece on my kitchen table. And you can just pile all kinds of different colors in there.
Oh, this is going to be so cute.
And now you could add a hanger to it so that it hangs from your tree. That would be totally up to you, because you could just hook it on to this top part, a piece of ribbon or a piece of the material, and just tie it on. But the whole idea is just to keep spinning it around. It's just so easy. And it's something that the kiddos can do with you.
I was gonna say my
Yes.
kids could do this. This would be fun for my 9-year-old doesn't like coloring crafts. You know, like I have a couple kids that like to paint or to draw, and my 9-year-old hates it. Every time I'm like, "Hey, let's do a coloring project," he's like, "No, I don't want crayons. I don't want markers. I don't want to. I'd rather." He wants to paint or do those things. Like, okay, so this would be fun for him because this is way more fun than coloring or anything else.
Right.
This with
You
the
just have,
grandchildren.
yeah, and
Not a little.
just
That's so
however
cute.
they like it. So you could give them some different materials and let them choose how and what they wanted to use.
Yeah.
And but you just keep spinning it around and keep adding it in there, and eventually it's all over in there.
That's
And
so cool.
I love what they look like from the top, and you have a whole bowl full of them.
Yeah.
See how cute that is, Anne?
Oh, that's so cute.
And see, me and Sandy were talking about before we started recording. I love to put pine cones as decorations in my Christmas tree, regardless. I love to just shove them into a branch and this would be so cute to give it a pop of color of that feel that you want for your
Right.
decor. It's a really simple, easy, inexpensive way to add some really high class pizzazz to your
Yeah.
cones in your tree.
Okay.
Okay, I
Great.
love that. That's cute. Okay.
Okay, so easy to do. You guys feel comfortable with that one?
Love it.
Okay. Now, a lot of times on pine cones, they'll have a little knob that you can hook onto,
Mm.
or you can use a hot glue gun to hook a ribbon on. And so this is just a simple pine cone with a ribbon.
Oh, I love that.
You know,
Adorable.
it's easy. Have your ribbon match the other things on your Christmas tree.
Oh, so cute.
That is
Now,
really cute.
say you had a gold theme tree. Before you hook this top on, you could take these and spray paint these gold. Or you
Oh,
could put glue and glitter. The glitter
Okay.
can go different places unless you seal it.
Put
yeah.
some little.
Oh, that's cute, Anne.
I'm gonna put it
But
in my bowl. Then-
but
well,
but I like changing the pine cones, the colors, different things. And I showed you guys beforehand.
Now wait, did
Uh,
you put the ribbon on the bottom or the
I
ribbon on the?
did. And if you don't have a little knob that you can tie it onto, you
I
just
just do
do
like
a
that.
dot. Yes.
Okay,
See how cute that is? It's
that's
simple,
adorable.
and it can really just bring out that holiday season feeling of,
Mhm.
do you remember all those fun things when you were little? And
Yeah.
you didn't go buy every single thing for your tree. You guys made them.
Absolutely.
And I think we miss out when we don't make some crafts every year.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Now, here's a pine cone, but see how light colored it is
It's so
versus
cute.
the regular color?
Uh-huh.
I soaked this in bleach
Oh,
Okay.
because, and it does close itself up when it gets wet, but by tomorrow morning it will be all opened up and even the inside will be lighter.
well,
And
Oh, how
and
fun.
it makes it the color different, but does it make the weight different?
no, it's
Okay.
just by the time it's dry, it will be exactly the same. But I can just tie a ribbon onto this when it's open and I can hang it on my tree. But it's just something different. You can literally take fabric dye, like you say you were dyeing a t-shirt,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
and you can use a tub and you can dye all of your pine cones.
Oh,
Oh,
that's so cute.
So you
and
can
then you
have
can
them.
have like a whole tree of different color pine cones.
You
That's so
could.
cool.
That sounds awesome.
Easy to do. You know,
But you gotta get
um,
cute pine cones. Mine are so weird and janky, but it's so
oh
fun that I've got
yeah,
sap on one of mine.
that's fun.
Oh,
But
But
look
it's
at
one
you.
from your homestead, Monica. That it just doesn't it give you that warm, fuzzy feeling knowing that it came straight from the trees off of your property?
It
Yeah,
does.
okay,
I
now
get fuzzy.
after Christmas, what are you going to do with those pine cones?
Give them
You
to my
can literally,
dogs.
well, you could give them to your dogs, or you could stuff birdseed,
Oh,
peanut butter and
yeah.
birdseed in there and hang them different places in your property.
Oh, good
And,
idea.
and you already got the hanger because you had it hanging on the tree.
That's
And
true.
it just makes your outdoor space just festive for longer.
Oh, that's
Can I
so
say,
cool.
Sandy, that idea is so funny that you said that because when I was growing up as a child, one thing that my mother had me and my brother do, I mean, because everyone always knows that you leave Christmas cookies for Santa, right? But nobody ever thinks about the birds that travel with Santa or the reindeer. And
He's
Right?
got birds traveling with him?
yeah, you didn't know that? Do some research, do a Google. Um,
I
but
did
but
not know that.
we put peanut butter on the pine cone and then dip it into the bird seed,
Right.
and we would hang it outside for the birds that traveled with them, and then we would make reindeer food, which really was just like corn and glitter and that kind of stuff, and sprinkle it out for the reindeer, and that was just a fun memory from my childhood. So hearing you say that, I will definitely be making some peanut butter pine cone for the birds that hang.
Yeah.
I love that fabric. I need you to send me some of that fabric, Monica.
Yeah. And see how
I
Monica's
think I used
mat?
all of it up for scrap. Yeah, see, I have matching this one and
Mhm.
this one. We don't want to look too close at this one. We're going to keep this one far away. It's, it's real bad.
Just let the kids have a field day and just let them have fun with it. And um, just a side note, for those that don't have peanut butter in their house, maybe there's a peanut allergy, you can, especially for homestead, maybe you have suet or fat that you could use with that to put it in the pine cone and then the seeds. Because the suet is very helpful to birds in the wintertime. It helps them stay warm.
What?
And so, but would you melt it?
Yeah, you just get it so you don't want to melt it completely, just make it soft. And then you can just stuff it in there. Or honestly, I've actually just dipped the whole pine cone in it. See, that is cute, Anne.
Isn't that a
And,
cute little pine
and then
cone?
just rolled it in the bird seed.
Now you got my mind going, Sandy. Every time we have Sandy, it gets my mind like going 90 miles a minute of all the amazing ideas that she tells us.
Absolutely.
What about doing this for chickens? Like putting the stuff on the pine cones to decorate. What would you suggest listeners do for instead of like the suet? Like what would you suggest them to adhere the treats onto there?
Anything that's going to be sticky would work to have their feet on, because you just need something to adhere to the pine cone and adhere to their feet.
And it won't hurt the pine cone, but the pine cones won't hurt the chickens?
Well, I don't think they'll eat them at all. I think they'll just pack everything off.
Yeah.
And probably a pine cone wouldn't hurt them anyway if they were pecking at it.
There, I added some juniper leaves or some juniper flushes to my.
Look how cute.
Cute.
I have to. I don't want everybody to look at the back of it, so I need to make people looking at the front.
Well, that's how we hang up our ornaments anyway. You put your good side forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look at that gold ribbon that Anne's
So
put on.
pretty, Miss Anne. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty.
Cute.
You can find these ornaments at AnneDaleHomestead.com. You get a free ornament with every purchase of her magnesium butter. Combo pack.
I was going to say, look at your PR person right here.
You have to buy the magnesium butter combo pack, and she will give you a genuine ornament.
There you go. Hey,
Look
look,
for the
you
deal.
buy a combo pack, I'll be glad to make you an ornament.
You buy a magnesium butter combo pack, and she's going to give you a handmade Dale Homestead ornament, fresh from Homestead, guys.
Fresh from
These are not for sale.
Homestead.
These are custom, only for
the combo buyers.
Yes, only for the combo buyers do you get Miss Dale's special ornament.
That sounds fabulous.
Okay, so
what else do we have, Sandy?
So if you had pine cones, if you had trees, you probably have branches that have fallen or trees that you've cut down, and you could get these little slices. You could slice right through your pine tree. If you don't have those, they sell these online in a Hobby Lobby and all those places, right?
Yeah.
It's about probably a half an inch. I drilled through it so I could put a ribbon. Now, one thing I did paint some.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Isn't that cute?
But that's not pine cones.
Still adorable.
But I took my nippers and I cut my pine cone in half, and then I glued it and painted it onto that wood.
How cute is that?
So cute.
And
oh my gosh.
I was telling the kids before we started, I said, my hot glue gun wouldn't work. It was too hot in Arizona in my tin can. And so I used regular glue.
Okay.
So it's a little adjustable because it's not all the way dry yet.
Yeah.
But paint it, spray paint it, leave it, leave it plain. So say you had a little pine cone. Anne's got some little ones. You could put the whole pine cone in the center there.
Yeah. I could put a mixture of.
Oh yeah.
A whole bunch of
and then just send any kind of ribbon. Like Monica had that blue material. She could send that through there and hook a pine cone onto it. If you had somebody that had a saw, you can literally cut the opposite way and put the half of the pine cone like that, so you see the pine cone.
Oh.
But it really does take a saw they're a little bit harder than what you think they would be.
Right.
Yeah, I just tried cutting mine with some scissors and that didn't work.
Yeah.
That's what Monica was doing as you see her looking down.
I was like over here, like heavily, like I'm like hacking at it, and I'm like, that doesn't work.
Yeah,
don't do
you have
like
to
that.
have heavy duty nippers or a saw.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to have the opposite end, right? Because
Yeah.
you're only putting half of it on. Well, you can paint this and then put it on paper and make your own wrapping paper.
Oh
cute.
my gosh.
So
Oh, that's
do
a
whatever color you want and just
What a
pop,
great
pop, pop, pop,
idea.
pop. My
That's
kids used to
adorable.
love making wrapping paper. We
You
would
just get craft paper, just get regular plain craft paper and then
Mhm.
design it.
just-
Yeah.
yeah, and you can buy rolls of just plain white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have any color that was like a solid color and do an opposite color on your print and just press it
Okay.
down.
Yeah.
I'm seeing tan. Of course, I'm a tan girl. Obviously, I've got a lot of tan
Yeah.
behind me. But I'm seeing tan with red pine cone stuff all
Right.
over the place, or maybe red and green,
Green and
or
white.
maybe white.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That would be
Yeah.
so cool.
And that
And
would be especially for the bougie people that like all of the wrapping paper to be exactly the same for all of the gifts.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
To be able to do that and then create your own wrapping paper. I mean, I would, my heart would be filled with so much joy if I got a present wrapped with some homemade wrapping paper that
Oh
somebody.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't care what was in the gift.
Well,
Just
it really is a budget item though. When Eric and I did ministry work for years and we had two small children and we were on a budget. We didn't have money because wrapping paper can get expensive. At least it was for us when
Absolutely.
we were younger. And I felt like I didn't know what to do. Well, I had craft paper, a big roll of craft paper. So I would roll it out in a big line, put something at each end, and then I would and just keep it on the roll. And then myself and my sons would sit there and we would like decorate and I would
Mhm.
stamp and do all kinds of stuff. And then I would just let it dry and then roll it back up. And that's what we used. Or I would decorate my boys
Perfect.
and then decorate one half of the present before I would give it to them. So there was 2 or 3 years where we just did our own craft paper, decoration paper.
Yeah.
Like that was it because
That's
I just
awesome.
didn't have the money to go buy wrapping paper. And now it's such a niche thing, but it really is a cost-effective way to have some fun wrapping paper options.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It really
We
is.
used there were years that we used the funny papers. I would save the
Yeah.
funny papers all year and that's what we wrapped our presents with.
Yep.
Yep. I did too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did the funny papers and aluminum foil. I've used aluminum foil. That's actually really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite
Now,
pretty.
see that.
if you have access to a saw and you're doing the wrapping paper, if you just cut it straight across like this, so you're seeing half of the pine cone and you paint that, then you got a whole pine cone right on the wrapping
Oh,
paper.
yeah.
Oh,
You know,
cool.
so and a lot of homesteaders have some kind of saw
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they can just, a chop saw or
That's
a
cool.
jigsaw or something, table
Yeah.
saw, and you
That's
can just
awesome.
cut them right in half because they're very attractive when you cut them in half.
Yeah.
Do you cut
That's
them
so
like
cool.
right in half, like right on the stem, or do you
Yeah,
cut it
yeah. I
out
just
a
cut
little
it.
bit?
I just cut it right down the stem.
Wow.
Okay.
And you will have some of the little arms. I'm not really sure what they call them. I call them arms that
Yeah.
will just break off, but that's okay. You'll still
Yeah.
have plenty of them to stamp. So
That's cool.
That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing.
I
That's
love
great.
that idea.
Okay.
Okay. What's your next idea? Because I think you have another good one.
Yeah.
I do. This is a fun idea because everybody has a jar. Someplace they have a jar or a vase or a wine bottle or some kind of jar. Well, I I drink this blood orange drink that's from Australia, and
Oh.
it comes in a glass jar. And
Oh,
so you
cool.
can literally put plant material in here,
Oh,
or you could put little tiny bulbs in here. You could put um, pine needles in here. Anything
Oh.
that you wanted to do, and you fill it up with water. And now, when you live in Yuma, Arizona, and you don't live all year round, you do not have candles because they will melt and you will have a puddle.
Oh no.
So I thought I could go buy a candle, but then I'd end up having to give it away or throw it away. So I made my own candle out of bubble wrap. See, the
okay.
wire is a little flame.
There you go.
And so all you do is put that candle right in there. So if you have a wider jar, you have a wider candle.
Okay. I have a
So like
wider jar. It has a little
I have a
Christmas
big one.
tree
Yeah, so you just put
That's really gross.
whatever you want in there and then fill it with water. Now, if you fall in love with what it looks like when you put all that stuff in there, there's a way to preserve it forever. And you just pour clear glue in there.
What?
Yes. And you can always replace your candle when it burns down, but that everything that you put in that jar will look just like water. That looks like water is around it, but you just use clear glue.
Okay, so you don't use the water, you just use the clear glue.
If you want to preserve it, just get Elmer's clear glue. And you just like I put water in this, but if I wanted to keep it forever, I would pour this in instead.
Oh, okay.
Glue in there
I
instead.
see.
Okay, and so like Anne is she's got a tapered candle and she's just putting the stuff around it. She can
Yeah.
choose to either have water, or if she loves the way it looks like, then the investment in a little bit of glue is fabulous.
And then the candle will, like, I don't have a candle in the center of mine right now, but I can put one in the center and then it will melt down into the jar.
No, what I do when I'm back home is I just put the tapered candle in a skinny top.
Yeah.
And when the candle gets down about this far, I just pull it out and put a different candle in.
But when the wax melts on the edges, it'll just melt down onto the edges of the jar, or
It'll just melt down to the edges.
got it. Okay.
If you freeze your candles before you use them, you shouldn't have any running. It should
Really?
it should just burn slower, and it should the wax, it keeps using the wax as it comes down, and it doesn't usually have much of dripping.
Okay.
Oh, I
If you
did not
freeze it
know
first.
that.
Yeah,
I did
just
not
throw
know
it in
that
the
either.
freezer for a while. Now, see, look at Anne.
That's
So
so
she has
pretty.
a wider one, but she has her tapered candle in there. So now she could just leave it just like that without anything. I like to use water or glue if I'm using live plants,
Yeah.
just because it
Yeah.
preserves it through the Christmas season. Now
Okay.
Anne's put in a ribbon around it.
Yeah.
You could paint on the outside of that jar. There's a lot of glass paints that you can use.
Okay. So I went with the blue theme again.
Perfect.
There we go. Now
It's a-
it matches
so-
all my ornaments.
And then you could have a fat candle that fits along the top. If you
Yeah.
need to, if it's a little bit too wide, just trim off the edge of that candle and just taper it in a little bit, and then you can set it right in there.
Well,
Okay.
Sandy, like for Monica, that she has that spruce that's in there, she would want to fill it up with water just so it stays like kind of fresh and pretty. Is that
Right.
Right,
That's
what you
the
wanna
idea of
do?
the water, so that it because otherwise it'll dry out.
Yeah.
I'm not a
And
very good bow tire. So
Me neither. Don't look at mine too close.
it's looking pretty sad.
well, you could also just tie the
have-
bow and
I
have
had
it with
glued mine on there, Miss Ann.
Oh, you did? That's a really good idea.
Well,
because
cheating.
sometimes it's easier to do the bow when it's not around something.
Yeah. I just looped it around and then made a bow. Plus, I want my jar, so I'm coming back. I'm just gonna.
I like that.
Well,
idea.
yeah. And I mean, you can put berries, you can put all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff in there. If you have Christmas decorations, like I've done them with just all tiny little Christmas bulbs.
Uh-huh.
And just like sometimes I'll have one of those great big hurricane ones,
Yeah.
and I'll just
Oh.
fill it all up. And I do have some really big fat candles that I can put on there.
Oh, yeah. I've
But
got some of these.
Otherwise, you could do something like with Anne and put the taper all the way down in there. Yeah, see,
Ooh.
like those gold ones. You could add those in there, and so it gives it a different flavor.
That's cute.
We're
Now,
liking that flavor
Cute
there.
in there. This little
See?
these gold things.
That's adorable.
That is,
Well, I was just thinking that if I didn't want to put a candle in here, could I put some little twinkle lights in here
That's a good idea.
and then just have it sitting? Because I'm at that age now where I have like a little decor table in my living room. I'm very proud of myself for buying this decor table like 2 years ago. And so I change it out like any 40 something would do. I change it out for every season. And so I will like put things on it that they're not flammable. They're just there. They collect dust. and then the 9-year-old has to dust them at random because I'm the mean mom. But I like this is like some and twinkle lights would be amazing in there.
Twinkle lights
Yeah.
would be so pretty.
And I would just hang it on the back right here so no one could see it and be click and click it on at night, and it would light up all that
Oh.
juniper in there.
Yeah,
That
and
would-
if you
oh,
if you don't want to have a flame, there are so many candles in different shapes and sizes that are battery powered.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
Yes,
have
I
those little battery powered little flicker, little tiny lights. You could put them in here, put it on
Mhm.
top. I could just stick it right there if I
Mhm.
wanted.
I think they're at the $1.75 tree.
Yeah.
I got those too.
It did increase it, didn't they?
It did increase it.
See all the things Anne could just throw in there?
Yeah.
Just so many
Got
things.
some little.
And you see where my mind goes, but I'm thinking, so with the twinkles and what Monica had, if there was like this little way to put a little hook up at the top, I would hang
yeah.
it in the chicken coop area.
Yeah.
There's a little light in the chicken coop area so they can
You and your little bougie chickens.
Could you not just take some like yarn and like if you just wrap the yarn around it tight enough, like if you wrap the yarn around and around and around and around and around, could you not make some sort of like, hold on, I'm getting it. Could you
Yeah.
not just make some sort of like really amazing like
or any
attachment?
like 20 gauge wire or 18 gauge wire is thick
Yeah.
and it would secure because like on your jar, it's a canning jar, isn't it?
Yes.
It has those little ridges for where you put it on, and you could just twist around that and then hang it outside.
And then hang it up. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you could 100% hang this.
And those twinkles are so cute. Are those the $1.75 tree store?
Yeah,
one?
they're battery operated. So
Yes. Oh, Miss
It
Ann,
is.
yes.
Those
you
are
know.
cute.
that would be really cute if I could untie it and have it inside the,
Now, one of the things that looks really nice is if you do it in threes. So that you had 3 jars, maybe different heights. And if you had those twinkle lights in there or around the jars, just so many possibilities
Yeah.
for so little amount of money that you're doing your decor on a budget.
I
Well,
love.
when you talked about the wine glasses or the wine bottles at the beginning, I have some friends that do that with the 3, but they have the skinny one. What are the skinny ones called? The taper, right?
Tapers.
And
Mhm.
when they want the wax, so they don't freeze them, but they want it to drip.
Right.
And for like 10 years, it's this rainbow color of wax that's dripped over it. And it
Oh
is
yeah.
gorgeous.
Oh
Absolutely
yeah.
gorgeous. And you would
Yeah.
pay a pretty penny for
Yeah.
that in the stores when you could do it yourself with really some inexpensive products.
That's awesome.
That's
I mean,
right.
yeah, I grabbed these little juniper things on my walk today. We were walking past this guy's yard and they were on the outside of the yard walking down the street. I was like, I don't have a knife on me, Eric. And he went over there. He was like grabbing chunks up. He's like, is this enough? I was like, yes. I carried this on a walk like I was a bride today. I was walking down the street holding it like this. He was like, we got a problem.
Awesome. But hey, I mean, it's kind of like our neighborhood. This side of the neighborhood doesn't have any pine trees. The other side of the neighborhood has like oogoobles. That's all they have are pine trees.
Mhm.
So when I ask them if I can come and get some pine cones, they're like, "Oh my gosh, would you please?" And here is a full garbage bag full. So
Mhm.
that would be fabulous. I just think these are such awesome ideas, Sandy. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Just wonderful ideas.
And just think, what do you have in your yard? What do
Yeah.
you have in the neighborhood that you could break off, like Monica?
What do you have that you can hijack out of your neighbor's yard? or your own yard?
Give it a little swipey swipe, swipey no swipey.
But I really think that it changes our mindset.
Yes.
Instead of thinking that we have to spend hundreds of dollars to decorate our tree or our house, and it's the message we're giving our children too,
Mhm.
or our grandchildren that, oh, I have to buy this and I have to buy this, and you don't.
Right.
Some of my best memories were stringing popcorn and cranberries
Yeah.
and orange slices and just all that
Yeah.
stuff. It was tradition that we did. And I
Yep.
think kids maybe miss out because we don't do that like that.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. They absolutely do.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
so-
Miss Ann, that's so cute.
I'm so blessed that I've been able to every year the grandchildren and I make a homemade Christmas tree ornament. And so
Awesome.
each year we will I put up their Christmas tree here in my office slash playroom slash everything room. And so they get to come in and see the things that they've made themselves at, for the last like 7 or 8 years, which is super cool because they're
I love that.
little. Anyway, this gonna need a little bit of glue, but it's got a good idea, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes we buy those fake little trees. They're about this big. If you take the base off, you can put that in your jar, and then you have the lights underneath. You have the lights above or decorations. Just so many things you can do.
Okay, yeah. All of us were just like mind blown. You were like saying that, and I was like, "What?" And Casey and I both went at the same time.
'Cause I think that's a $1.75 tree.
Yeah, that's a dollar
Those
75
ones
tree.
that you can put in a big bottle.
Yeah. Wow.
that's
Okay.
fabulous.
Well, this has been a mind-blowing episode, really, truly. I mean, who would have thought you could do so many things with just pine cones or just the things that are in your yard or around your yard or maybe even in your neighbor's yard? I am super excited to see all the things. And actually, I'm really excited to see how Casey's turn out. So if you are listening and you're watching this today, stay tuned because Casey is going to do his very own. Are you going to put it out the same day or the day after, Casey?
Same
Same
exact
day.
same
So
day.
today you need to run over at Ormsley Farms, the Halfway Homestead, and see how Casey is doing. See if his look as beautiful as Miss Ann's or as
Monica.
put together as mine. We're gonna mine from a distance. Okay, we're gonna keep mine at a distance. Because you can do it too. And that's what we're really here to encourage you. And Casey, Sandi, thank you so much for coming back and hanging out with us because this is a huge deal right now. People really are trying to find things that they can do on a budget because being on a budget is really the only way to go right now. There's so many things happening in this world. And I think people really are looking for ways that they can make the most of their holidays, whether they're spending money or not. And they want to be able to give gifts from the heart. And this is a way to decorate from the heart. Stay tuned because we have lots of episodes and lots of things in store for you, ways to look at maybe the holidays a little bit differently. And we just want to share with you what we've got on our mind because it's definitely been on our hearts lately. So thank you again, Sandi, for coming in. We just adore you and we're so thankful you're here. And I think you all should stay tuned out there because I know Sandi's going to be back for some more things. So
That's
check
right.
us out. Check us out. And thank you again so much for being here. And tomorrow, don't forget to come in and check us out. We'll be live on Tuesdays at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern. And we're here to chat with you and show you all the things. And hopefully Casey will be showing off some of his decor, some of his holiday decor. And maybe Miss Ann and I will have gotten crafty by then and had some more stuff that we have out. You never know. Thank you again for being with us and hanging out with us and sharing for Hey Bound Friends. We will see you here next week. Bye, y'all. Bye.
And friends, and Casey and Monica.
Monica.